Yes, people, welcome back to episode 42 of the Catabolic Window podcast. We haven't prepared a topic today. We're just going to talk about stuff. Jack, what's going on?
Not much, mate. Not much, to be honest. I'm a couple of weeks away from the.
So you haven't given us a topic and you haven't had a life to tell us about. That's awful.
Yeah, well, it's my dog's last week of training this week. I've got the PT project in person in 2 weeks' time. I'm seeing clients for the next 2 weeks. So I think it's PT project in 3 weeks' time, so the end of the month. Yeah, mate. It's all cracking along pretty much. Same old, same old. Bulking, getting heavier, staying somewhat lean. Yeah. How
How
about
much
you,
you
mate?
up this week?
I think it was like a pound or pretty much the same body weight. Christian up my food, which was very well enjoyed. So my average was 185.6, and last week was 184.4. So 1.2 pounds up. So he's bumped man's food up, which is hype.
Decent. What extra
Yeah.
food you get?
It was 50 carb.
Which you've used for?
Right. So I've added in, basically, I think it looks like, if I can remember what it was before, like 150 sweet potato and then like 60 rice, I think. I can't remember what it was before. I added a lot of extra sweet potato. I was keen on my sweet
You're
potato.
double carbing.
Yeah, bro. No. This is across different meals. So
Oh, right.
I've got two rice meals, cream of rice meal. Um, the second rice meal, actually, I got three rice meals. Fucking hell. And one of those I've bagel thin, and then I've got a sweet potato meal. Fuck me, this is dead. No one cares about my meals. I eat what I
Yeah,
care.
I don't care.
Yeah, no one
I
cares.
can't.
Yeah, are you hungry yet? How's the fucking diet going?
No, I'm not hungry. Wait, so have you ever done like two carb sources in the same meal?
Yeah, of course, it's nice.
Like, not as in like a starch and a fruit, like actually legit two carb sources.
Yeah, of course, man. Why?
Do you prefer it?
Um, it depends. Well, currently my post workout is like chicken and rice, and then bagel thin, jam, banana.
Such a bodybuilder.
It's nice because like sometimes, especially if so when I'm bulking, I'll run all of my rice meals up to 100 or 150, and then beyond that I'll just add in extra carbs because like I could eat 200 rice and then eat like 5 times a day, or I could just eat like 150 rice, just eat that and then have like some bread or like some jam or like fucking potato or something. Like it's nicer to like mix things into it, and because my digestion is absolute wank, the majority of my calories will come from rice. So there's no way I'm getting around rice. But like, say if I had a really like dense meal, getting that all from potato would kill me. So I'd get like half from rice, half from potato. It's nice. I recommend it. Seriously, good diversity to meals.
I wouldn't consider like jam or honey as like an extra carb source, so I'd say that's a topping. I mean,
All
it is
right.
a carb source, but you
But
get
then
what I mean.
I use rice and bagel thins. It's usually like rice and bread or rice and potatoes, or sometimes if I like I one thing that I did when I last bulked was like bagel thins with jam, and then I did cream of rice with fruit, and that's quite nice. Like you kind of get like a main, you get like a main and a dessert, bro. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I am gonna do that a little bit more the next time I push up, just because I was finding that I was getting bored of the same like flavor within a meal. So just having
Yeah.
things to mean could help there. I get what you mean. I get what you mean. I remember I did like beef and rice wraps in
Oh
my
yes.
last year, and I still can't eat wraps. They still make me feel sick just looking at them.
Really? Oh mate,
Yeah, man.
wraps are goated, honestly. Towards the end of the bulk, I literally like I just thought like how much of one thing can I stomach, and it was like 100 rice. Anything above 100 rice, I don't want to eat any more rice, but I can do 100. That's raw weight. So then I would be like, right, how many more calories do I have? And I would just split it up into like other things. So I think I used to have like, yeah, it was rice and potatoes or rice and wraps. I'd have like bagels. I didn't want to have like more than three bagels in a meal because fuck that. Three bagels in a meal and then like some raisins, or I'd do like OJ, or I just think about what else I could have. Like I started macro tracking towards the end, and I would just like eat based on my appetite. So some days it would be like my meal one. This is not what I would recommend to anyone. I was just like trying to get through day to day. But my meal one sometimes would be like three PB and J bagels, a chicken fajita with rice, OJ, and a bowl of raisins, and then that kind of shot my appetite for the next meal. But then it would come back the meal after. Oh mate,
Yeah,
it was
I wonder
awful,
why.
awful. Because I'd wake up and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm actually hungry." Sink food, and then obviously you shoot yourself in the foot.
Do you remember when you had that binge and you had like a whole pack of hot cross buns with jam and peanut butter?
Oh my god, mate! That day, the 11K binge, that was horrific. Oh my god,
I can't
yeah.
believe you did that.
Oh mate, it was like, so my normal meal was like hot cross buns with like 30 peanut butter and like 30 jam or something, and I was like, that meal was sick. So when I binged, I sat there and I weighed out the peanut butter and the jam to get the ratios right, and I was like, oh my days, what am I fucking doing in my life? Honestly, wouldn't recommend it.
I think that almost makes it worse.
Yeah, no, it did, because it like because I was like it wasn't even like I was getting swept up away in it. I was like making conscious decisions. I was like, I'm gonna eat this whole pack of fucking peanut of hot cross buns, and then I'm also going to weigh out the peanut butter that I put in it, and the jam, and the banana. But I still occasionally have like a PB&J bagel if I've got the calories, because mate, they're so good. They're so goated. I don't think I'll ever struggle bulking again with PB&J bagels. Honestly, such a
Nah,
flex.
I think peanut butter's overrated.
It needs to go with something sweet. Me and my girlfriend talk about this. You can't just like, if I run out of dark chocolate, I wouldn't just have a spoonful of peanut butter. No, 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 no. You gotta like, if you get like your chocolate and your peanut butter and jam, peanut butter and banana. Oh, you need something sweet in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. Wait, so last question about your dog.
Yeah.
Why is he being trained? What's wrong with him?
Well, all dogs get trained, bro. What do you mean?
What have you trained him? What does he know?
Well, okay, so he knows like the basics. So he knows like lie down, sit. He knows his recall, so he'll come.
Can he squat,
back
bench, and
to us.
deadlift if he knows the basics? Then
I'm trying to think of like. I don't think there's any part of his anatomy that would allow him to do any of those three. I'm not gonna lie. I guess they can squat.
No, but that would just like fold down one side of him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Proper weird.
They couldn't bench. There's no way.
He could maybe do like a weird lunge.
Actually, I guess their bench would be like a JM press, like a skull crusher.
Yeah, but he's got 4 legs.
Yeah. He lie on his back.
Have arms.
Yeah, lie on his back and like leg press it.
Surely he can't train back. Does he even have a back, or is it just like torso?
Do you know what the back of is it just torso? This guy's meant to have studied anatomy. Jesus, the back isn't part of the torso, everyone. Yes, he has a back. He has a posterior to his torso. Yes, Luke.
No, but which part would you say is the posterior? Is it the bit above him, or is it like his arse?
No. That's a really good question. I don't know. I assume it would be the bit that's like on top of him. And then there's like belly would be his anterior, surely. I don't know. I feel like the face is usually on the I feel like the face is usually on the anterior for mammals, right? Am I wrong? Let's look it up.
No, I get you. But there's no
posterior.
way that you like physically train the muscles of his posterior, because he hasn't got anything to like grip stuff with.
Yeah, no. You'd need to like I guess attach like weights to him and have him like row.
Should we cuff him up?
He's optimal cuffs.
This conversation has degenerated seriously.
The posterior plane slices through the dog, separating their head from their legs, and then the medium plane is like between the eyes.
Savage.
Yeah. So and then the transverse is like through. What? No, that doesn't make any sense. That looks the same as the fucking posterior plane. That's so jarring.
Unless they think posterior is like front and back. But I don't really think that makes sense, because like the muscles in his front legs aren't going to be that different to the ones in his back legs, surely.
No, yeah, I think they are pretty much the same anatomically. Um, which way do his Oh no, I guess because their joints bend differently because their front legs are like knees, but then their back legs.
Oh yeah, they go backwards, didn't
Yeah, they
they?
go backwards. They're like
Oh, that's
elbows.
proper weird.
They're like elbows in it. Yeah, they are in a way. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, the posterior is from the top down, the anterior is from the belly up. Look at that diagram. That's horrific.
Oh.
That looks like my dog as well.
There is no way that anyone else on the internet has had this conversation.
This is unreal. This is what the PT project does to an MF. Yeah, and then,
mate,
yeah, and then sagittal goes through the fucking between the eyes. Makes sense. Makes sense.
See, this is what happens when we don't prepare a topic.
Start talking about planes of anatomy in a dog. Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'll wrap up the conversation. Yeah, basically, so we're trying to get him like lead trained and used to being off the lead and loose lead walking. So it's a dog's trust training course. So it's basically you kind of say like, what things does your dog do that you don't want him to do, and then you train him out of those behaviors because they're assuming that on your own you've got him to like sit and stay and follow and come and stuff like that. It's more the like teaching you how to teach him to unlearn or learn specific behaviors such as like chewing things or biting things because he's a German Shepherd, so if he bites things it's really bad. But yeah, sometimes I do feel like Joe Jeffrey dealing with him because I'm covered in cuts. I don't know if there's any that I can show on camera that will show up on camera, but I'm covered in cuts and stuff, which is
I swear Joe has like so many dogs.
Joe's an incredible dog trainer. I'm honestly, I mean, I know training dogs is hard, but until I had a German Shepherd, I didn't realize how fucking incredible he was. To be able to like do what he does is ridiculous.
Did you see that video where he gave like Ryan the thing on his arm?
Yeah.
Flying around, it was hilarious.
Yeah, that is mad. I'd kind of love to do that, but I'd also be terrified. I'd shit myself.
Yeah.
They like dogs have a lot of like, especially big dogs. They're really fucking strong. Like easily a dog like that could pull you over, and it would be fucking standard.
One of my mum's friends has got 2 Ridgebacks, and they weigh like 60 kilos each, something like that. Like if they want to go somewhere, they go. Like there's nothing you can do about it. So their collars, they've got like if they pull too tight, they'll choke themselves. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just that like you would literally have to be 300 pounds back.
Oh mate, yeah, literally just some dogs like I mean, King already when we got him, oh god, I think it's like coming up to 2 months ago. Whenever we got him, he was like 5 kilo, and now he's like over 20 kilo. Last time we weighed him, he was 20, but he's getting like heavier. So it's getting to the point where if he pulls on that lead, like you really have to dig your heels in and like resist him because it's not just the fact that he's that heavy, it's that he's like trying to outsmart you. So he's like, he won't just be like a constant force. It's not like, oh, you can move 20 kilo in the gym, you can move a 20 kilo dog. No, because he'll like pull and then pull and then pull and like try and drag you forward and inch you forward. So yeah, but anyway, that's where we're at with the boy. What about you? What's your week like, mate? You haven't given me a rundown.
So another £4 off from like start to end of this week. So cracked the £15 mark, and that was with 75 minutes less cardio because oh my god, this was the stupidest injury ever. Right?
You got injured? Oh, I saw you mentioning your knees.
Yeah. So I was leaning with my forearms like on my thigh for like an hour or so. And I get up, I'm like, that don't feel right. And I must have like cut the blood off or something like that to my VMO because it was like just that part of my quad was so sore.
Oh.
Weirdest thing ever, mate. So that night it was like hard to stand up, and then the next day it was a bit iffy. So I ended up skipping leg day. Not a real bodybuilder, men's physique. And
men's physique.
Yeah, I had my first leg day on last Saturday, and that was okay, to be fair. So it was just a small injury, just a partial injury.
The fact that people can take away a lesson from that, and I say this all the time, like if you pick up a tiny little niggle or injury or issue, if you skip one session, congrats, you've just turned what could have been months out of the gym into something that you've just like got over. The amount of times that people pick up tiny little things and then they could have turned it could have been a nothing injury if they did what you did and just missed it and then came back to it. But people like to push through and they like to make things worse, and you probably could have done legs and then it probably would have hurt more, and then you might have done it again, and then you might have done it again, and then you could
Mate,
have
I
like
could have leg extensioned about 5 pounds with how they were feeling. It was horrendous. It
but
was
you get
not good. I thought I
you
was
get what I
turning
mean
it into
though.
you.
Oh god, mate, don't even. I've got a scan booked in. I think it's 2 weeks time. I've got some. So I'm working with Matt Walker from the Osteo. Shout out. I don't think he'll mind me saying that. Um, I've got a session in with him. I go every 3 weeks. Got a session in with him next week, and then a week after we've got the scan, and then I'm going to be working with him doing some in-person gym PT stuff. That's going to be based around rehabilitation. So hopefully, I'll be fully flipping healed. I did some leg extensions today. They felt a bit iffy. I kind of been doing them like every 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't think I should be. But we'll see.
But
It's so frustrating, man. Honestly.
yeah, and like apart from the quad thing, I picked up a couple of little niggles. Like my hips feel weird. I still can't do any like actual working calf work
Oh.
since doing the stairmaster, because that just aggravated my ankles and they've never sort of got better, which is a bit annoying. So it's basically like work up in load until it hurts, and then like drop down for 3 sets, and so, just to do a little bit there. But my calves don't seem to be going anywhere, so
Yeah,
it's
mate.
not the end of the world.
Calves and
I don't
tips
really
looking
like having
good.
calves anyway, so it's okay.
It's
It's just
fine.
boring.
It's just it is boring. Even going to failure is like boring because it gets hard, and then you're like, I've got another 12 here to do, but then they're just boring.
Yeah, calves, abs, biceps, triceps. If I could never train them again, I wouldn't care.
I've actually been getting on with ab training a lot and arm training a bit more. I think just telling myself. I think to be honest, because like I've already got decent calves, so it's like I don't know. Whereas my arm training, I'm like, oh, this is monotonous and boring. But then I'm like, actually, this is how I'm gonna not have shit arms. So I'm kind of enjoying like the opportunity to not have shit arms. And same for abs. Every time I diet down, like my back or my legs will come in way before my midsection. Partly fat distribution, partly I've got shit abs. So I'm trying to improve them a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
mate.
but like, I don't really have any issues with ab training. It's just
Yeah.
boring.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'd rather just not train them.
Yeah, it is dead.
Apart from that, not too much is going on. So yeah, sub 160 now,
Oh,
firmly low 158.4, and hopefully with another 5 to 10 pounds off, I should look reasonably decent
that's
and
got to
get like
be
a
the lightest you've
good.
been in quite some time.
I'm not actually sure what it is in kilos because Christian changed me over to pounds, didn't he? I'm gonna work it out. This is my GCSE calculator, still coming in.
Why did he change you over to pounds out of interest? Is that just what he
Just
prefers?
because that's what he uses. I was just using kilos.
Fair.
Yeah. Oh, I've just done that wrong. It should be divided by 2.2. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. 70. Yeah, so I was 72 kilos. So I'm 3 kilos off the lightest I've been in a mini cut. Um, I think. Yeah. 3 kilos off the lightest I've been in a mini cut and starting to look okay. So it's
Yeah,
all right.
mate, things are shaping up nicely. Your pictures are getting nicer and nicer and nicer to look at. So good to see the fucking shape you've got. But enough
Yeah,
of
I
meat
still hold it
riding.
reasonably well when I'm fat, but it starts to get better as I
Oh,
get
you
lean.
you definitely store fat well on a bulk. Definitely, I can tell you, if miles better than me, mate. Fucking hell. I
Yeah.
I look like um fucking I look like a less muscular, more fat version of JP when I bulk. Like just rotund.
Just a
Just to...
little bit less muscular.
yeah, like
Not much.
2 or 3 pounds less muscular. Yeah,
Yeah, there's not that much in it, to be fair.
from like the 5'5", 290 pound freak that he is.
Have you cracked 200 pounds?
Yeah, bro. The highest I got was 211.
Oh, so you didn't hit 100 kilo.
No, I hit
Yeah,
95. And I thought about
should have
it.
pushed harder. You just didn't want it bad enough.
Yeah, true, mate. Um, I'm I'm gonna be probably doing it this bulk. I really want to hit it this bulk. We'll see. I don't know. Christian at the helm. And then
Yeah, but you don't
obviously,
get as fat as you did last time around.
yeah, but but we're using more assistance this time around, obviously. So I'm gonna be
I
getting
thought you were gonna
heavier.
to.
I am currently, um, but using more assistance.
You
But
know what
obviously,
my mum just said?
what?
You don't want to get as fat as you did last time. Just got roasted.
Yikes, bro. Jeez.
That
Um,
wasn't very kind.
but yeah, I'm hoping I can get heavier and be as lean or leaner, hopefully, with some assistance. I'd be pretty gutted if I couldn't. Um, but I mean, a lot of that will be water, though. I was thinking about this, like, today. People often say you look better on the way up than you do on the way down. And it's often because if you take someone who's 85 kilos dieted, they're probably a little bit depleted. So they are close to 85 kilos. Whereas if you take someone who's 85 kilos pushing up, they're 85 kilos somewhat full. So they're not actually 85 kilos. If you did deplete them, they would be lower. So I think that when people compare and you're like, oh, you look leaner on a bulk at 85 than you did dieting, it's like, yeah, because you're actually slightly lighter. You've just got glycogen kind of weighing you down. There you go. Little
Yeah,
fucking,
that's a good point. To be fair, that is a good point.
yeah, man.
Apart from the quad injury, other dumb thing that I did this week
Oh
was
yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Bethesda games, and I was like, right, Starfield's come out. I need to get this.
Oh yeah,
You,
yeah,
you saw this on my story, didn't you?
yeah.
So I didn't realize, right? Xbox released a digital only version, and then they released a disc version, and I bought the digital version because it was like £150 cheaper, and I'm like, I'm not spending 400 quid to play one game, and then bought the disc version of the game, and I was like, there's not a place to put this in here. This isn't going to work out very well.
Did you get a refund? Were you able to get a return on that?
Yeah. So I didn't open the
Okay.
game. I just took it back to Argos, and they were like, "Yeah, sound." The person looked at me like I was a little bit of an idiot, but it is what it is.
You're such a melon, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah, but it all worked out well because I ended up buying the Game Pass thing, and it was like £8, and I got to play the game anyway, so it's all good.
Fair, man. Yeah, Luke sent me that message on WhatsApp, and I was like, oh my days. But fucking hell. Did you buy the Xbox just to play Starfield?
Yeah, of course I did.
Have you actually had a chance to play it? Has it been good?
Yeah, I played like 15 hours in the last week, which
Ooh,
I think is
nice.
decent. Um, it's decent so far. It's a bit different to the other ones for obvious reasons that it's in space. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I've already realized, like when you just make a couple of dumb perk decisions, and like 2 levels later, you're like, why did I do that?
Yeah, yeah,
Why
yeah.
did I take that?
Mate,
And then
every
you start
single Fallout game I've
regret.
never specced well at all. In Skyrim and in Oblivion, I can do it. In an Elder Scrolls game, I don't know what it is. My brain is like I can understand simple. I use an axe or I use a bow. Whereas in Fallout, I can never get the perks right. I reset that thing every fucking level. Honestly,
Wait, can you still? Could you reset it on Fallout?
I think so. Yeah,
I don't think you could.
I think you can. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm
I
gonna
know you
Google
could
it
on.
now.
I know you could on Skyrim because there was that thing from one of the DLCs that saved me so many times. I still probably used it about 5 times a playthrough.
um. Oh, you can't in Fallout 4. I guess either I cheated or I'm just lying.
I hope they add it in Starfield because I've fucked up like twice already. I've just
Uh,
bought like useless perks, but it's quite an interesting hybrid because it's like how Skyrim was you use the skill and you get points,
yeah, yeah,
and then Fallout was like you kill stuff and you get points, or you complete quests and you get points
yeah.
that go towards it. It's like a combination of you buy like the first rank of I don't know something melee, and then you have to
Yeah.
kill a load of people with melee so that you can get the next one and spend your skill points.
Oh,
It's like an interesting hybrid, but yes, it's pretty good so far. Would I say go and buy an Xbox just to play it? Probably not. But if you have it already, it's worth playing. If you get what I mean.
yeah. For
With the Game Pass thing as a result, I didn't even realize that was a possibility.
would you say how much would you pay for the game then? Because you've paid what, like
Bro, if the game's 80 quid.
really?
Wait, no, it might be 70, but still, that's ludicrous. I
Still,
remember
what?
games were like 40 quid.
Oh, oh, that's fucking evil, bro. Jesus. He's googling it now. He's gonna try and confirm it. I've been
No, they
playing.
they literally were.
70 quid, that's fucking ludicrous. I've been playing through the Pokemon games recently, and that's been
Basically, Miles Mason.
Yeah, basically
He's
Bridgman as well. Bridgman on prep. I remember he replayed Gold and Silver. Um,
really.
yeah, man, it was like 2 years ago, I think. Now I
I
remember.
think I'd be a bit bored if I play Pokemon now.
Nah, it's always like I always return back to it. Me and my girlfriend a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, when I was like mini cutting and doing a lot of steps, and she got into Pokemon Go and it kind of like meshed nicely. If you are trying to get in your steps and you like Pokemon, Pokemon Go is an actual lifesaver. Like, first of all, I absolutely smashed the step target that Liam set me. Like, I bullied that step target. I went way over it. And second of all, I was so good at Pokemon Go because I did so much walking. So, yeah, it is a win-win.
Do you remember that summer when it came out and like literally people were just out in hordes?
Oh, mate, I had such a good time that summer,
It
honestly.
was so funny.
I do kind of miss it in a weird way. Literally, mate, the saddest thing is, this is like a core memory of me and my friends in secondary school. We went and stayed over at my mate's like flat because he was moving out and his parents had left him alone. So we all stayed there and we got up in the middle of the night to hunt night Pokemon because it's like different based on what time of day you go. So we got up at like 2 a.m. just to walk around and hunt like ghost types. The same like three ghost types in our town. And yeah, that was
Bro, that
literally
is tragic. That
it.
is tragic.
I hold that as a core memory to this day. To
Was it
this
worth
day.
it?
No, because you got like every. It was like all Gengars and Ghastlies. Like we got out there and we were like, "Oh, this is cool. No one has these Pokemon because they're out at 2 a.m." But then there were like three Pokemon, and then that was it. Like in the whole
What, so
place.
you got them and went home?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we walked around a little bit more. We met up a couple of times in the night, just to like go and get Pokemon. I remember no one time. Oh my god! If my mum's listening, I'm sorry, mum. I haven't actually told the story. Right. So one time, my mate. I'm gonna bait him out. My mate Geo. I must have been in like whatever year it was, like year 9 or whatever. Yeah, year 9. My mate Geo was like, right, we're going for a Pokemon Go walk at like 3 a.m. It was a school night, and so he like was outside on my road, not outside my house, outside on my road, and I like snuck out through my kitchen window and I fell into a bush, and I was like, oh my days, this is like, what am I doing? I'm gonna get caught.
It's your house. How did you not know there was a bush there?
I know, no, I just fell out the window, but
Oh,
like it was the like the ground floor window, because I was like, if I open the door, it's too loud. It's a small house, people will hear me. And I was like, I don't know what it was. I think it was just like the excitement of sneaking out more than anything. But I literally like it was the lamest thing I've ever done. So I fell into a bush and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get caught sneaking out of my house to play Pokemon Go. We played Pokemon Go for 5 minutes. We were shattered. It was him and his sister. They dragged her out of bed and we walked around to hunt the same Pokemon that we hunted before. And then literally there were slugs all over the floor. And I was like, right, I'm going to bed. And like the sun had started to rise, and then I didn't sleep, and I was so tired the next day, and I was like, "What have I done?" And like climbing in through
yeah,
the
that's quite dumb.
I had to climb in through the kitchen window, and I like barely made it through. Like I'm amazed I didn't make a massive noise. Oh mate, fucking! I've never told anyone
That's
that story. I really
that's one
have.
of the worst stories I've ever heard. Don't tell it to anyone else.
Have you seen G Sheets Pro? Fucking Liam Smith's just commented on that post that you posted up.
What post?
The one you tagged me in, the La Coach one from our exercise library. Plug to our exercise library. If you're looking for a coach, if your progress is stagnant or you care a lot about your progress, hire either me or Luke. And if you don't see results from either one of us in 30 days, you can get a refund because we're very confident in our abilities to help you. Anyway, we don't plug enough on the pod, so there you go.
Why did he say you love the D?
I don't know, mate.
Oh, because it's D handles.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna just say.
Yeah, but the what he's implying there is also true. To be fair, you don't have a girlfriend or anything, so
I've just commented bit outrageous, mate. You said true.
what was your favorite Pokemon back in the day?
Oh, back in the day, bro, Rayquaza, any day.
He was pretty cool, to be fair.
Big green snake, his shiny form, he goes black. Hell yeah. What about you,
I
mate?
think Mewtwo is probably my favorite. He was really cool.
Oh, classic.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Man was classic. Did you watch Detective Pikachu?
I don't really remember many others. No, what's that?
Mate, your Wi-Fi is lagging a little bit, but it was was it?
Yeah, I've just tried to.
Oh, I can't hear you, bro. I love technical difficulties. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, man, I'm back.
Sweet. Yeah, it's the movie where Ryan Reynolds voices a Pikachu, and it's like set in the Pokemon world, and it's live action with CGI. It's got Mewtwo in it, and it's got Detective
Bro,
Pikachu.
that sounds incredible.
Bro, seriously, I watched it in cinemas, which was quite embarrassing because there was like little kids everywhere. But it was solid. It was a solid
Oh
movie.
yeah, I bet that's the reason
Recommend
you
it.
went to a cinema full of little kids.
Yeah. It was with Detective Pikachu. Yeah.
The only Pokemon movies I remember were the one where there's the geezer with like the big spaceship looking thing, and he's trying to collect the legendary birds.
Oh shit.
There's the what is it? Zapdos, Articuno, and is it
Yeah.
Inferno or something like that?
No,
It's not that.
bro. Then so I'll give you a hint, right? They're named after the Spanish words for one, two, and three. So uno, dos, and tres. What's the third one?
That doesn't make
Articuno,
any sense.
Articuno, Zapdos, and then it's
I just-
Moltres.
Oh yeah.
You fucking goober, bro. They're named after the. Did you not know that? Spanish one, two, three.
No,
Mate,
no.
fake fan, clearly, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of Pokemon. I think it's a bit dead.
Next, you're
And
gonna
the other
tell
one,
me that you didn't know that Mewtwo was a clone of Mew, and that's why it's called Mewtwo.
yeah, it wasn't very a good clone though, was he? Because he was completely different.
Yeah, because he was
He was like
designed.
smaller than me,
Yeah,
genetically engineered.
yeah, because no, they made him all thick because they were like he needs more sex appeal or something.
Yeah, he is wham. To be fair.
He's been doing the glute focus block, mate. Glute and hams, Jesus.
Yeah, he needs bicep specialization next.
Fucking hell.
What about overall video game? What's been your favorite ever?
Ever? Oh, mate, that question changes all the time. Um,
Currently, and when you were at school?
what age in school? Like secondary school?
Yeah, when
In
you were
se-
like old enough to play good games.
in secondary school, um, if I played a lot of multiplayer games. I wasted my life rotting on them.
Oh, I hate multiplayer games.
Probably my favorite single player at the time would have been Skyrim, as nerdy as that is.
Oh yeah,
And then probably my favorite single player at the minute. Well, at the minute it's Pokemon because that's why I'm playing it. But um, oh man, that's such a hard question. I genuinely couldn't tell you what my favorite one is. What about you, mate?
uh, just so they're not the same game, I'm gonna say my favorite one at like school was GTA because GTA
Oh,
Online was good. That was probably the only online game I actually liked.
to be fair, GTA. Oh, I forgot about GTA. That's a good choice. Good fucking choice.
Bro, they are milking that seriously. Like, how is there not a sixth one?
Well, it's been in
When
development for
did
like years.
when did GTA 5 come out?
Over 10 years ago, I think now.
I
How
want to
fucking
say it
long
was
back?
2013. Yeah, 17th of September 2013. So it's been out
Shit.
for 10 years.
Oh, I was close. I
Um,
was close.
yeah, and then they released it the year later on PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Mate, they've raked in so much money from that.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I imagine how much they've made on there. There's no way they're going to make another one.
Yeah, literally.
It's still unbanked.
Mate, trust. I may have to
And
go
then,
in a sec because my dog is fucking yapping. If he doesn't settle
yeah,
down,
man,
then
he sounds like you need to show him what a posterior muscle is and train him.
I'll leave it a little bit longer. But if he doesn't settle down, I'll go and I'll pause things and go make sure he's all right.
Now, bro, it's all good. We can wrap it up. Keep it a short one.
Nah, bro.
And then,
Keep running through.
okay,
He's calm. He's calm. We've
you,
got a couple more
you want to
minutes.
talk to me for longer? That's cute. And then
Yeah.
also, yeah, definitely has to be Skyrim. I've played way too much of that game. Like, I think my main character was like 200 hours, and every time I'd go into my house, it would just crash because there was so much stuff in there.
It's a
Because I'm
cliche
just
answer,
like
but
an
like,
absolute hoarder.
mate, there's a reason that it's like such a good game. It's so janky and broken, but it's just so good. Honestly, you can't not love Skyrim. I've played through Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3. I've done most of New Vegas. Don't kill me. I didn't finish
New
4.
Vegas is the best Fallout
I know, I
for
know.
sure.
I can never finish 4. I haven't touched 76 at all, and I can't be asked to.
Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, I'm not doing that.
And then Elder Scrolls Online, I have got installed, but I haven't played it. But
I
I've
think
heard,
I played like a few hours of that and I didn't like it.
yeah, I'd rather have a single player experience with something like that, to be honest. I don't know.
It's just cooler. Like, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
cool.
I don't want to run into like a million heroes. I want to be the hero, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to be the best, bro.
Yeah, that's part of the fun is like getting really broken and overpowered by the end, and you're just like fucking running around, turning into a werewolf.
I just love that they
Horrible.
never fixed any of the bugs in Skyrim. Like, you just never fixed them.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
you'd always get under the map in Whiterun, and then you'd like go and get all of the chests
Yes. Oh my
because
god, yeah, you
you
find the
jump off
little
the roof of that thing and get through the gap, wouldn't you?
yeah, 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 yeah.
And there was that one up in was it Dawnstar? I think it was. You could find the
I'll take
Alchemy.
your word for it.
Who goes? Do you know where? Do you know where I'm going to hide this chest? I'm going to hide it like just between a couple of rocks so you can get it like whatever.
Well, yeah, because I think the issue was for NPC inventories, they had to have a physical chest like linked to it. So because of the flaw of the game, but for some reason, yeah, like you said, they just put the chest somewhere kind of reachable, which is so dumb. Like, why not put it
Like
like
the white
ages away?
one. However you found that, what? But
Yeah,
the
who
ones that are
found
just
it?
like literally placed in between a rock is a bit dumb.
Yeah, no, that is mad though. Like, I remember literally just like selling to an NPC over and over and over again, and then taking it back, and then selling over and over and over again.
But I'd always do this thing where I just like collect the money and not never buy anything because I was like, oh, I don't want to spend my like what was it? It was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
gold in Skyrim.
yeah, gold, yeah.
And I've done the same. I've done the same thing in Starfield already. Like I'm literally level 15, and I'll collect. My rule is right. If it's worth, I think it's because it would always annoy me. It's say it's worth like 1,000 or whatever, but then you actually
Yeah.
go and sell it, and it's worth 200. So my
Mm.
rule is if it's worth like 10 times its weight or something like that, I'll keep
Yeah,
it
yeah, exactly.
times. And yeah, I still just started collecting the money and not buying anything.
But that's the thing though, because either you can craft it or you find something better. Buying a weapon is so pointless because you'll just find something better anyway. I never bought weapons in those games.
The Unless it was like a unique one, but I don't think you
That's
could
true,
buy
but
many in Skyrim. There wasn't many. It was more a thing in Fallout 4.
yeah, like you might be able to find something high level early on, but you could just wait and save your money. By the time you get to the point where it's like useful, it's not as useful.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different in Starfield though. There's not any like actual unique like or from as far as what I found, there's not like any unique items. It's just like just ones with special effects, if you get what I mean.
What do you mean by special effects? Like they look different, or
Like, oh, as in it does you take 15% less damage or you use less oxygen or whatever, stuff like that.
oh,
Like I haven't seen any unique ones, but I might be wrong. I don't know.
fair. You're only 15 hours in. You have to report back to us. We get a weekly Starfield update every
Weekly
single
Starfield
podcast.
update, yeah.
Yeah, be like, fucking, how's your week been? How's your week been in Starfield?
The listeners can decide if I'm wasting my life. Bro, I've got like 800 kilos worth of resources on my ship and I really need to do something with them because I keep hoarding them. And now I haven't, and now I don't have anywhere to put the weapons that I collect. It's ridiculous. Right, this has
Oh
literally
man.
got nothing to do with fitness now.
No,
We need
it's
to
great.
rate.
This one's gonna be great. People are gonna love this. I think people are gonna connect to it. We should do a TV shows one. We'll space them out a little bit. We should talk about some TV
Yeah,
shows or movies that we've watched. I need to
we
watch
can call this
Oppenheimer.
episode the video game classic.
The video game classic.
Yeah,
The
man. It's like
the
bodybuilding.
it's like yeah, it's like bodybuilding, bro. I'm trying to think of like if there's some alliteration there, like the Pac-Man Pro or like the Pokemon Pro. Come on, there's got to be some good ones. The Balancing Act. One of their episodes had a really fucking good name, and I forgot what it was. Oh, the
You
Creamfields.
can't be talking about other podcasts on here.
Oh, we love them. We're mates with them.
It's outrageous.
No, actually,
Can't
fuck
do that.
them. Yeah, especially after Dan left. Fuck them.
Yeah, we
The Creamfields Conundrum.
yeah, that was a good one. To be fair, I couldn't spell that word if I tried.
Oh yeah, no, neither. Jack, Ben, and Dan. Oh, I didn't realize I was on that podcast. Sick.
Bro,
Could be.
every time someone says Keno's name is Jack, I'm like, it's
Yeah, no,
weird.
it
Stop.
is. It is
It's
weird.
so weird. I can't.
It's literally like I see his name as my name, and then I'm like, nah, that's weird. That's not your name, bro. You're Keno.
Yeah, you're not allowed that one.
Shout out Keno for always being a G though. Shout out Ben and Dan as well, not just Keno. All three of them are fucking sick. I still back that they should have Tom on the pod because it's like they're his children, you know.
They are all his children, to be fair.
Yeah, the children of
CBC kids.
the children of Tom. I like that Tom's gone from TBT to CBC.
Yeah, I know. I remember on one of the posts that like him and Christian collabed on early on in prep, he
Mm.
put at the bottom like hashtag TBT, hashtag CBC, and something like that, and it just made me laugh. Yeah, it's quite funny to be fair. Have you got another meal?
No, I've actually eaten it because I'm going to be in bed at 9
Wow, you are
or half
old,
9.
bro.
Yeah, I get up at like so Chloe gets up around 6:30 to go commute. So I get up at 6:30 and then I make my meals, have a coffee, and then start work. So I normally start at like 7, and then I normally clock off at night at like 9:30ish, sometimes 10. So no, my meals are in. My last meal is normally around 8, so I ate at like 1:45. So yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, I've got my oats. I always like to have them hot on a rest day, but it wasn't a day to make them because I make two in one go because the
Mm.
bowl's big enough, and then just have one cold. But I don't. I prefer it hot on a rest day. It's nicer.
Mate, I'm jealous that you can eat oats. They just
It's only
yeah.
50 grams at the moment.
Mate,
It's not too bad.
I can't even stomach that. Just not happening. Is that the one that you have
Nah,
with
they're
jam
okay.
and that?
Oh, I don't have jam anymore because I'm dieting.
Oh, fair. Respect. What are your meals? Run us through them. Go on.
Okay, meal rundown. So meal number one is Christian. If you listen to this, there are no adaptations to the meal plan that you've given me whatsoever. This is strictly what is on the plan. There's nothing that's been changed. Um,
Are you being serious or are you taking the piss?
so meal one is 2 whole eggs, and it was 5 bacon medallions, but I've worked it out and I have that as like skinny sausages now. I was like the chickeny ones because I was bored of the taste of bacon, and then I've got mushroom, spinach, tomato in this. Meal two is 180 grams, it might be 190, 5% fat beef mince, and then beetroot, carrot, courgette, pepper, no fats with that. And then meal three is pre-workout is 50 whey, 50 oats, 100 cherries, or I do like 50 cherries, 50 blueberries, and then 20 grams greater than 70% dark chocolate. But he said to do core, but I can't stand core anymore, so I changed it. It just makes me feel sick. And then meal four post workout is going to be 100 cereal, 50 whey, 2 grams of salt. I forgot I've got fruit in my first meal, which was 50 grams of cherries, but it's now 100 grams of strawberries because
Hey,
defrosting fruit and eating it by itself is a bit boring. And
valid.
then meal five, which is on a training day, will be 180 grams of chicken and the same veg, except I have broccoli instead of courgette. But then today's a rest day, so instead of the post-workout meal, I have 300 Greek yogurt. But I've got the. Have you seen the Aldi one that's got 26 grams of protein per 200 grams?
Yeah, yeah.
Banging. Then 15 grams away with that, 20 grams almond butter, and 100 grams raspberries. Bosh.
Mate, I'm so jealous of the whey, the yogurt, the oats. Literally all my meals are chicken or beef. And then
That's dead.
meal one for me is like 2 bagel thins, pretty much. Um,
Oh yeah.
and then I have berries. And then I have pre-workout, I got my cream of rice, dark chocolate berries. Post-workout, rice, bagel, banana jam, and then rice or pasta, and then sweet potato, and that's it. So I literally have
Are
like,
the macros on rice and pasta similar?
yeah, man, they're identical, pretty much.
For real?
Yeah,
That's
man,
mad.
pretty
I
much.
didn't know that.
Oh,
I suppose pasta's just not as dense for the weight.
pastas, yeah,
Like you
pasta.
get less of it.
No. If you get gluten-free pasta, it bulks up quite a lot. It like expands a lot. You can get quite a lot more out of it. I think it's more voluminous than rice. I think gluten-free pasta, but
Yeah, but
risotto
why don't you just
rice,
eat real pasta?
because it's more voluminous, bro. But
Oh, so
ris-
you don't actually need the gluten-free one.
nah. But risotto rice or sushi rice is actually pretty damn voluminous too.
Jasmine rice is my favourite. Sushi rice I would get if I was rich.
Oh mate, yeah, it's one of those things like where it's just too expensive to justify eating it every single day. For me, that's like smoked salmon as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to justify spending that much money on like one protein source. You know what I mean?
It is nice, but it's like literally £3 a meal
Yeah,
just
like
for the salmon.
that's often if I go shopping and like I fancy giving myself like a little switch up. On the day that I go shopping, I'll normally swap out my next meal for something a little bit nicer. So I get myself like a premium cut of meat or yeah, like some expensive fucking rice or something fancy, fancy
Yeah,
schmancy,
buddy.
or like getting some premium like the Lloyd Grossman's pasta sauces. I fly through them because they get
Yes.
so expensive, but oh my god, they're so fucking good. They're so fucking good.
I would get them when they're on club card price at
Yeah,
Tesco.
valid, valid, valid. I've been living off of
Last
ketchup,
question.
to be honest.
Yeah, I need more sugar-free ketchup for my eggs, actually. Oh, have sourdough in that meal. I forgot about that.
Oh, I love sourdough.
Sourdough toast, yeah. Bagels.
Yeah.
Why are the New York ones the only good ones? Like, all the others just suck.
What do you
Do you not
mean?
think?
No.
They suck. They're just weird, man.
I think the New
Like, they
York
just,
ones are
like,
crispier.
dry.
The New York ones are like crispier. I mean, I have
It just tastes like I'm eating a shoe. Like a crock.
I'm
Like,
a
you just
fan
bite
of
into it and it almost feels like it's stuck there.
okay, no, I kind of know what you mean. Like, yeah, I cremate bagels to be honest to get them crunchy. I love bagel thins. I don't know if you can get like cinnamon and raisin bagel thins. That would be like premium. I'd love that because I love bagel thins because they're like super crispy and you get twice as much, right? So a meal that's meant
Yeah,
to be
but
like
they're
two bagels, you get
so
four bagels.
expensive.
Yeah, but mate, it's so worth it because they're so crispy.
Yeah. But what do you do if you have a toaster with two holes in it?
Yeah, you fucking
You're gonna be there all day.
yeah. So what? I literally my first meal that's two bagel thins. Put the first one in, and then you wait very patiently, very patiently, and then once it's popped up, you eat it, and then you put the other one in, and by the time you're done eating, there's like another one, and it's like oh, I've done I've
It's like when you go to the all-you-can-eat holiday
yeah
hotels on
exactly.
holiday, like a conveyor belt of toast.
Yeah, mate, literally, like it's like I did that once with like I was behind on a meal, so I swapped it out for like an entire pack of bagel thins just to get the calories in, and I was just sat there with the toast next to the toaster with a grin on my face, literally sat there scrolling my phone with like a stool set up next to it, literally just like yeah,
You
mine.
should have time-lapsed that. That would have been so funny, man.
It's just me scrolling my phone like picking from the toaster, burning my mouth on it every single time. You like kind of rest it on your lap or something, you like play around with it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because they're proper hot when they come out, and
Mate, brutal. But oh yeah, I love a bagel thin. Honestly, we should get Warburtons to sponsor us. Can that be our first podcast sponsor, Warburtons?
I don't think they care about us, mate.
Why not? Do they know who we are?
To be the Warburtons ones are okay. They're the pre-cut ones, aren't they? They're
Yeah,
better than the like Audi ones. But
yeah,
New York still takes the cake for me.
yeah. I tend to go more for Warburtons or New York, but I like pre-cut bagels. I'm lazy. I can't be. I'm terrible at cutting bagels, man. But I know what you mean with like the shoe consistency. It's rare for
How
me
can
to,
you not cut a bagel?
mate. I just fuck it up. Like I just have
What's
one
wrong
side.
with you?
I have one side
Why
really
does
thick
anyone
and one.
employ you? You can't cut a bagel. How are you supposed to write a meal plan?
Because that doesn't involve cutting a bagel, does it? How do you write a meal plan? It's not with a knife.
Yeah,
I
you're
en-
like, oh,
I end up with like one really thick one and one really thin one, and it just. Uh,
yeah, that does ruin the vibe. To be fair,
yeah,
right? I think
exactly.
this has been the best but worst podcast we've ever done.
We say that every week, and then we do another one.
No, there was that one that we didn't release because it was so bad.
Okay, that's true.
Do you remember that? We were all just so tired and we were just like, it was not good. It was not a good
Yeah, I
podcast.
remember that. Good times. And we got to redo the Ben Shepherd one now as well. Oh
We,
god.
I think we're like the. Oh yeah, because the audio on that was horrendous.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, we didn't decide that Ben was an awful guest and just not release it. The audio got messed up,
Yeah,
so he is coming.
it was
Everyone
all
is
Ben.
waiting. Do not worry.
It was all Ben's fault. Look, you can see I'm already ready for bed, mate. Jeez.
Right, bro. I'll let you go. I need to scran my oats.
All right, bro. Enjoy your oats because I'm jealous.
See you later, big man.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.